Senator Richard Burr steps down as Senate Intel Chair during coronavirus stock sale probe. Cool. Getting someone corrupt. Not cool. Picking and choosing which corrupt Congress members get held accountable based on if they kissed your ass enough. So, let's summarize. 1. Senate Intel was to release another report about contacts between Trump-Russia. Now that Burr is out, a hack like Tom Cotton will be put in his place. The report will be submarined. Lindsey Graham just announced a Senate probe into the origins of the Russia investigation meant to undercut the Mueller investigation. John Durham will be releasing a report with Bill Barr's fingerprints all over it. The obvious goal of this is to delegitimize the Russia probe. So, we have DOJ and the Republican Congress coming together to pretend Russia never attacked the United States. And if it did, so what? So if you were wondering, why Burr and not Loeffler? Loeffler doesn't have a chairmanship that can be used as a powerful weapon of the dictator. Burr did, and oversaw an investigation, https://www. Politico.com/news/2020/04/21/ Senate Intel report confirms Russia aimed to help Trump in 2016-198171, that confirmed Russia's intervention in the 2016 election on behalf of Donald Trump. Now that position will be fully megafied. It's good that he's being investigated for this, but it seems pretty obvious this investigation and him stepping down are simply punitive measures for him not finding what Trump wanted him to find during the Russia investigation. Yeah, he knows he's fucked. But he won't resign until it's too late to have a special election this year, and there it is. Burr was on Trump/Putin's shit list for actually telling the truth about Russian interference. So they approved the search warrants and leaked the stories to get him to step down, so McConnell can replace him with a toady who will obscure the results on the final report. Now the GOP can get a Senate Intel chair who will block the publication of Volume 5 of the committee's report on Russia's election attack. You mean the Senate Intel Committee that just said Russia interfered in the 2016 election for Trump? Crazy how he's just now being looked at by the feds. Burr's impeachment vote included this statement. The House had ample opportunity to pursue the answers to its inquiry in order to prove their case beyond a reasonable doubt. They chose not to do so. Instead, investigators followed an arbitrary, self-imposed timeline dictated by political, rather than substantive, concerns. When due process threatened to slow down the march forward, they took shortcuts. Well, now he gets to enjoy the politically motivated investigation of him and only him in the insider trading scandal. It's too bad, isn't it, Mr. Burr? That you can't just ignore and obstruct the investigation into you, and have your party make it go away. It's not so co-equal anymore, is it? You getting this treatment from the DOJ, while the executive can ignore Congress. Sounds like Rubio will come in as Intel chair. He knows how to get his whole head up Trump's ass and nuzzle the prostate with his nose, so that should placate Trump for now. So, he's stepping down off the Intel committee but keeping his seat in Congress? This makes it even clearer that the point was to fill his chairmanship with a loyalist who will tank the report. This case actually sucks a lot. It's not real justice. Yes, Burr belongs in prison. But it's so obvious it's being done by Barr and Trump as retaliation for the Russia report. Check out my dashboard on Trading by U.S. Senators, http://quiverquant.com/sources/Senate Trading, if you're interested. The purge will happen in real time and we won't be able to stop it. I'm all for rooting out corrupt politicians who sold their stock after being briefed on coronavirus. But the fact that Loeffler isn't cuffed, hasn't stepped down, hasn't been pulled out of her chair by her hair, kicking and screaming and screeching, shows me that they will protect those that fall in line, and the rules only apply on people trying to hold the president accountable for his treason. All part of the plan. The next Republican Senate Intel chair will completely reverse the last investigation which concluded that Russia acted in the 2016 election in Trump's benefit. On the one hand, fuck this piece of shit. On the other, This is clearly the result Trump wanted. That Burr is being investigated, and that the FBI raid leaked to the media immediately, and not Kelly Loeffler, makes this look like political payback for Burr subpoenaing Don Jr. during the Russia investigation. On one hand, I want to celebrate the law applying to everyone. On the other hand, Barr has so politicized the DOJ, I have to wonder if this a legit investigation. The FBI seizing his phone was a big deal they don't take lightly and needed a lot of approvals. The DOJ, Reed, Barr, undoubtedly had a say in it, meaning they had to approve it. I'm convinced this was for the press to pick up the story and create the impression that Burr will be punished. He won't, because and there's no reason to believe Barr would let a Republican senator go down for anything. After years of work, Burr is still finalizing his committee's bipartisan report on the investigation of Russia's meddling in the 2016 election. Nice report you have there, sad if anything were to happen to it. Now for Kelly Loeffler. People seem convinced this is Trump, but Burr is not on an island by himself. He's connected to the whole Republican apparatus, which includes politicians, donors, lobbyists, media. There's a reason the mob doesn't rat out people to the police. It's because those people have information about all kinds of shit. And this isn't something Barr will control forever. If elected, Biden will be in charge of this investigation or can even reopen it. Is this Trump's retribution? It's certainly possible. I'm skeptical though. Criminals rarely want the police poking around even if they think it has nothing to do with them. Notice that he is the only one of several Congresspeople, Rs and Ds, who was issued a warrant. Others even made many times more money. But he's the chair of the bipartisan Intel CMTE, which is currently investigating the Russian meddling issue. And they have the fifth of 5 summary reports coming out soon to say definitively whether Russia was guilty. And now McConnell can now replace Burr with a lackey who will say what McConnell, and Trump, want him to say. What do you think that will be? Sen. Richard Burr reluctantly agrees to leave the Senate with his illegally acquired millions and never talk about it again. These fuckers need jail time. Hopefully the dominoes are starting to fall. Why Burr is getting this treatment and not Loeffler should send up alarm bells for people. Barr is going after people who are not 100% loyal to Trump. Once he gets them out of the way, he goes after the political opponents. What about the others who did insider trading? They'll probably put someone closer to McConnell like Barrasso in charge of it, facepalm. And Loeffler? Is she going to face anything? Great start. Now all he has left to do is resign from the Senate, surrender his illegal profit, turn himself in, confess, plead guilty, pay significant civil and criminal penalties, serve his prison time, and sincerely apologize to the American public for abusing his position of trust and profiting from the death of his constituents. You're almost there, dude. I wish I could do crimes and just step down and face no judicial persecution. A few years from now I suspect there will be thorough studies of how the GOP in its entirety became subservient to Trump. I'd like to outline my armchair theories because the caffeine flows through me. How can the GOP Congress remove Trump while remaining safe from retribution? Because a leader is only temporarily given power at mercy of their keys. Let's dive into my crackpot theory of the power dynamic between the leader, Trump, and his keys, GOP Congress. Obviously his keys have expanded to Barr and others. Another point worth mentioning is that an important key for a member of the GOP Congress are the constituents who vote them in. First, a TLDR of the flow of power in this situation. Among others, GOP, donors, constituents give power to members of GOP Congress. GOP Congress gives power to Trump. Trump, with his power, exerts control over the GOP Congress. Trump now has leverage over the power that is still given to him by the mercy of his keys. Impeachment would have neutered him and given safety to the GOP. But there is another crucial component. Just as power flowed from the bottom up and then top down, it can once again flow bottom up to revert the process while maintaining safety of the GOP Congress. You'll have to read below to get to the answer. Trixie Hanzuna. Changing the policies of a group with a minority, not a majority. As we know, a silent majority of a group tends to shift towards the opinions of a few members who speak up. This will happen even if the silent majority disagrees, because they assume the other folks in the silent majority agree and they fear being ostracized. This happened with the GOP as they became lockstep and subservient with Trump, maintaining leverage over the group. The completion of the previous step gives Trump real power over the GOP. His power includes the ability to inflict real-world harm via the Justice Department potentially taking away a member of the GOP Congress's elected position via campaigning against them, death threats via Trump's base. The group who gives power to the leader is now under control of the leader. Out of their own personal safety, how do they reverse the process? When will the process be able to reverse course? You're in for a treat, as here my armchair crackpot theories come to a head. When the process will reverse. Trump goes after Fox News in a serious way. He's briefly spoken out against it in a minor way, but hasn't caused harm to the folks at the top. Fox News influences the base, and the base give power to members of GOP Congress. How the process will reverse. Fox News sways the base to elect members of GOP Congress who go against Trump. This is done out of self-preservation of Fox News when Trump goes after them in a serious way. I think this will be done by the creation of these messages. Trump previously increased your wealth and quality of life, by the stock markets and other mediums. Now, his failings are causing you to lose money. Trump previously gave you safety. His strong actions against immigrants and crime no longer work and he isn't fighting for your jobs. The above messages can be fabricated regardless of what is happening in reality or what Trump is saying. The new flow of power is as follows. Fox News has altered the base. The base gives safety to GOP Congress. GOP Congress removes Trump. GOP Congress is now safe.